I grew up in what people like to call a quiet suburban neighborhood. Tree-lined streets, identical houses, lawns trimmed like they were measured with a ruler. The kind of place where nothing ever seemed to happen. That's why what I'm about to tell you still bothers me, even years later. I was 16 at the time, home alone most evenings because both my parents worked late. Around 9 p.m., I'd usually sit in the living room with the lights dimmed, watching TV while waiting to hear my dad's car pull into the driveway. One night, I noticed someone walking past our house. That wasn't strange by itself. People walk their dogs all the time. But this man didn't have a dog. He walked slowly, too slowly. His head was down, his hood pulled tight, even though it wasn't cold. As he passed our house, he turned his head slightly, just enough that I could tell he was looking directly inside. I told myself I was overthinking it. But then he came back. Same direction, same pace, same slow turn of the head. By the third time, my stomach felt tight. I muted the TV and just listened. My neighborhood was silent. No cars, no voices, just the faint sound of footsteps on concrete. Then they stopped, right outside my house. I held my breath. From where I sat, I could see the shadow of his legs through the curtains. He wasn't moving, not pacing, not shifting his weight, just standing there. After what felt like forever, the shadow slowly leaned forward, and I heard a soft knock on the front door. I didn't move. The knock came again, louder this time. Then a voice. Calm, too calm. Hey, I know you're in there. My heart started pounding so hard I thought he could hear it. I saw your parents leave, the voice continued. I just want to ask you something. I grabbed my phone and called my dad, whispering so quietly my throat hurt. He told me to lock myself in the bathroom and call the police. Before I could move, the doorknob rattled. Hard. The man laughed softly. Then, just as suddenly as it started, it stopped. When the police arrived, they found muddy footprints leading from our porch straight around the side of the house to my bedroom window. The next morning, my dad installed cameras. 3 nights later, we reviewed the footage. At exactly 9:07 p.m., the man walked past our house. He stopped and stared directly into the camera, smiling. After college, I rented a small house in a suburban development that had just been built. Everything smelled new. Fresh paint, clean carpet, no history. At least, that's what I thought. The first week was fine, quiet, peaceful. Then I started hearing things at night. Soft footsteps upstairs. At first, I blamed the house settling. That's what people say, right? But houses don't settle in a pattern. Every night at exactly 2:13 a.m., the footsteps would begin. Slow, heavy, like someone walking from one end of the hallway to the other. I checked the house multiple times. Doors locked, windows sealed, nothing out of place. One night, I forced myself to speak. Hello. I called out, my voice shaking. The footsteps stopped instantly. Then I heard something that made my blood run cold. A chair scraping across the floor, directly above my bedroom. The next morning, I noticed the attic ladder slightly open. I hadn't touched it. That night, I set up my phone to record audio while I slept. At 2:13 a.m., the footsteps returned. Then a whisper. Clear as day. He can hear you. I didn't sleep there again. When I moved out, I told the landlord everything. He went pale and admitted the previous tenant had disappeared without warning. Police were never able to explain it. But months later, out of curiosity, I checked public records. That house, it had never officially passed inspection because no one could ever access the attic long enough to finish it. When my wife and I moved into our current home, our neighbors immediately stood out. An older couple, quiet, polite, always watching. They waved every morning at exactly the same time. Same spot. Same smiles. Years passed. They never changed. No gray hair. No slower movements. No visitors. No deliveries. One night during a storm, their lights stayed on while the rest of the block lost power. Every single window glowed. At midnight, our doorbell rang. Through the peephole, I saw them standing there, soaking wet, smiling wider than I'd ever seen. "We need to come inside," the man said. "It's time." I didn't open the door. The next morning, their house was empty. Furniture gone. Curtains missing. No signs anyone had lived there. But when I checked our security footage, at exactly 12:01 a.m., the camera glitched. And for one frozen frame, they were standing inside our living room, smiling.